Hey guys, Erin here. So in today's podcast episode, I am so proud of my boy, Cuhat Ishiki. He has been a student of mine for years, and he went through my program, and he is just about ready to graduate. And I didn't plan on making this session into a podcast, but at the end, I was just so proud of him. He was shining like a star, and you get to have a peek into the innermost depths of my universe. So I hope that you enjoy this podcast episode. And if you're local, we have 3 more spots left for yoga teacher training, including 2 weeks in India. So if you're interested, reach out to me, Erin at erincoach.com, and I hope you enjoy this episode. Namaste.
Hi.
Hi.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Or good nooning for you, I guess.
Yeah, good nooning.
How's it going?
Good. I
Yeah.
worked out this morning. I've been going to AMP doing my martial arts drill down they have this little not like tarmac, and
Mhm.
so it's actually kind of funny. I was doing, just like my Kalari stuff, because my teacher's like, you practice today, and I don't want to lie. So to make sure I get it done.
Yeah.
There was an older gentleman who, like, I was like just like taking a drink, like taking a little break, and he's like, what are you doing? And asked me about it. And anyways, he's like, I'm a black belt in Shotokan karate. I was like, I'm a black
Oh,
belt
wow.
in Shotokan karate. And was looking for he's like, all these guys around here just do MMA, ground and pound, and I really want to, get into the spirituality of martial arts. I was like, well, you found the right person.
Yeah, no doubt.
So, I was like going over different things to be coached on today, and there's a couple of things, but I have this strong resistance to doing my evening meditation. My morning meditation, like today's wasn't great. I got up late and I needed to get going, so it wasn't as long as it normally is, but I always show up for my morning meditation. In the evening, it's like I have less of a routine and there's less like structure to it. Especially since Tim hired me, which is awesome. Like, it's amazing opportunity and he's great. But like everyone's like shooting me questions all the time, and it can be, I like to work. I like to be involved. I'm passionate about, the products that he sells because they're like life-changing. But, I kind of like, I don't have like enough boundaries with myself at night, and so I do this thing on my phone where I turn off the blue light. Like I change the settings so it's like red, so it doesn't interact with the release of melatonin from the pineal gland and whatnot. But I'm finding that now that I'm more like rajasic in my practices, like, I'm integrating my martial artist again, like integrating sort of like my shadow self, and it's fucking great. Like, the way that I'm handling like annoyance and anger is so much better than I used to. There's actually like space around it. So like all that's like super good. But and I'm sure it's connected to other things, but like I just like I have such a strong resistance to it. It's just like I have like a block there for the evening for some reason. So I thought that might be a good something, and then we'll see what comes up.
Yeah. So is it because you're done with your day? Like what's the resistance? Do you feel that you're done and it's not necessary? Like what's that space? Like what does it look like?
I think, yeah, part of it is I'm done. Like, there's this thought maybe in there, like I'm done with all the structured, like, servicing people and, sort of like being this role of a blend of like a yogi, a martial artist, entrepreneur, all these things. And it's just like, I don't know. It's like this like transition into like blah time, like free range Erin, like like I want to go graze
Free range.
free range
Right
Erin. But the thing is, it's like that sort of purgatory of time, and that's really what it feels like. I'm still like distracting myself. I I've been definitely, like I said, like answering questions and texts for this group, which is good. But I put boundaries with them, and I'm the one that's violating them. I said Mondays and Fridays, are the days that I'm going to answer questions, and Wednesdays I usually do like live broadcasts. So, but the thing is, I've been popping on and just like, and it's not because, I mean, for them, I'm answering the questions. I want to do a good job, but it's like, I don't know, because I don't have some sort of structure routine in the evening. I'm like letting myself get pulled into that, where what I really want to do is like read my scripture at night. Like I want to meditate. My word this year is ceremony. And I feel a lot of ways where I've been putting that ceremony back into my life. So it's not just a fucking blur. It's actually like encapsulated moments that are like sacred. And I feel like in the evening, for whatever reason, there's like this, like this rebel in me that just doesn't want to, I don't know, like, you're not my real mom. Don't tell me what to do. Like type of,
Right.
It's not productive. So yeah.
So is it the reading scripture and meditation, like it's the whole ceremony thing that you're bypassing?
Yeah, there's no fucking ceremony in the evening. I'm just like, like, let's just do whatever my, senses get a hold of, and like a little squirrel.
Yeah, no, I can dig it. Kind of, okay. So, and you understand this, like, to get into stuff and being meditators, we know that meditation is a great way to really center yourself and to kind of open that space to get in. So obviously, uh, meditation before the scripture and just like creating that space for the ceremony begins with meditation, right? So one of the things, and even though you're filling your day with everything that you enjoy, and these are things that you're doing on purpose, you're showing up for other people, and and there's a real dharma with that, with you and the things you do. Being available for other people is something that you enjoy. It's not just a benefit to them, but it's a dharma structure, right? So even though your we'll call it habitual day pattern is things that you enjoy, there's also kind of stressors, and it requires a lot of like analytical decision making, and I mean there's scheduling. You're a busy girl. There's a lot of shit,
Yeah.
and I can't wait to get there. I can't wait to have your stress. You know what I mean? But so the meditation is kind of a re-regulation back into the blank page, right? So it basically can be to where you're basically shutting down or shutting off that channel and moving into a different channel. And this is kind of the reset, and it puts you back to where you're in more of a restful state. You can go to sleep. You've done all the things that you require for what you call a full day of activity and everything. Even though you love this stuff, you are interacting with a lot of chemicals, with stresses and this and that. Even like going from place to place with driving and everything. We don't re-regulate a lot of that stuff habitually, especially before we go back to sleep. So like back in the day when we're fighting off tigers with spears and shit like that, when we get stressed out, there's some kind of activity that we can get into as far as fight or flight, and we can extinguish all those all the stress chemicals, right? But now our stresses are, you know, work and schedules and, you know, people and, you know, and trying to maintain boundaries, you know, just the mental thought of that after so long, it's kind of a habitual pattern to where you're still releasing these chemicals and they sit dormant in your body, and there's no activity to get rid of them like we did back when we were fucking cavemen and shit. And that's what yoga's badass for too, is you start moving this energy, this blocked energy through your body. So probably a good way to get into this is just to give maybe 3 to 5 minutes of just short breath work, because it can it can reset your whole body chemistry. But when you do that and you're pulling away the stressors, your your brain body gets back to where it's in like a fluid state of just peace and balance. But the mind body goes back to that blank slate, to where, like at the beginning of the day when you do your meditation, you're unlocking the door and opening up your world for the day. But when you get back home, you need to lock that door and open up a new one, ready for your ceremony, right?
Mm.
So, would you like to do some breath work with me real quick?
Sure.
Okay. So this is kind of a Wim Hof pattern, and it's based on the Bhajya Kumbhaka. So we're going to do inhale holds, the Antara, for very short after the repetitive breathing, but then we're going to exhale and hold, and we're just going to kind of slow everything down, and automatically everything just kind of resets on its own. So if you're comfortable, we'll close our eyes and just kind of center. Just take a deep breath in all the way up, and then exhale down. Just let it go. Don't push it all the way out. Just relax. Let the chest fall, and breathe up all the way in. Let it go. All the way in. Let it go. All the way up, all the way in. And let it go. All the way up. Let it go. 2 more. All the way up. Let it go. Okay, all the way up. Exhale all the way down. And then all the way up again. Push down all the way down. Okay, now inhale all the way up. Antara Kumbhaka. Hold it at the top. Think about your day. Think about the stressors. Exhale down and relax. Bhajya Kumbhaka. Hold at the bottom. Let go of everything. Pay attention to your heartbeat. Slow it down. This is your space. This is reset. There's no distractions. There's no drama. Just you and the pause. And giving ourselves an opportunity to feel and just be. And we'll pull an inhale in 3, 2, 1, all the way up, and hold. Focus on the heartbeat. Okay, exhale down, relax. I'm going to do another round. So back into that pattern. Okay, inhale up and let it go. Inhale up and let it go. All the way in. Let it go. All the way up. Just let it go. Inhale in. Exhale down. Let it go. Inhale up. Exhale down completely. All the way out. all the way out, all the way down. Inhale up, big inhale. Exhale down, all the way out. One more big breath all the way up and hold. And exhale down in 3, 2, 1, all the way down. Exhale, hold. And again, just own your space. Nothing to worry about. Just you in the space, you in the silence. This is the practice. This is the present moment. Okay, we're going to do a bandha hold on this inhale. So pelvic floor, solar plex, chin lock. Inhale up and hold. Okay, release throat bandha, solar plex, pelvic floor. Exhale down and relax. Standardize your breath. Up and down, real smooth. Just feel the body. Feel the energy in your body. Feel the energy in your breath, your heartbeat. Feel the energy in your space. Everything's connected. It's all quantum. You are the environment. You control your state. You control the environment. When you're ready, start pulling yourself back into the room mentally. Welcoming movement back in your hands. Maybe move your shoulders, your neck. When you're comfortable, open your eyes and turn back to the room. Just continue to breathe, continue to feel. How you feeling?
Tingly.
Tingly? That's good stuff. That's that old good cheese stuff going on. So, but yeah, I mean, breath work is my staple for moving into meditation. You know, and it's nothing that I encourage as far as Wim Hof and breath holds to do in like traffic situations and whatnot. But it's a good way to reset that chemistry, to put yourself back into just a state of balance to where you can move from your own personal space. You know.
Yeah.
So
I was mentioning to I don't know if it was on my podcast or maybe it was just to my class or students, but you know, the yogis back 100 or even 50 years ago didn't have to deal with all the you know, EMFs and all this stuff. Is sort of like our energetic autonomy is pulled away, and it's there's more distraction than ever. And as like, you know, a householder yogi, like one that is not just sitting in a cave like oming, which
right.
And my silent retreats, I feel like that yogi in the cave, you know. But my dharma is different, you know, to serve my community. So I think there is, you know, real deal like energy shifts and chemicals that you do have to deal with. And it's so nice to be blessed with health and energy and feeling good. But it's like yogi, you know, train your mind, keep training your mind, and, you know, doing it at all times. And it seems like the evening is like, I don't know, that rebel comes out, you know. So, you know, I go through phases where I incorporate different meditative acts or chanting. And so maybe my, you know, because pranayama, you know, connecting with the energy body. Right. And so it's more subtle than the gross, the annamaya kosha, the physical body. So I think that
the food body.
Yeah. So I think that working within the pranamaya kosha with pranayama, I think is probably a good, you know, to get those subtle energies going. And it's interesting because I've been like craving things like acupuncture lately and energetic stuff. Whereas, I don't know, maybe for a while I was I don't want to say burnt out on that stuff, but I don't know. I didn't have as much of a pull towards it, like Reiki and stuff. I was kind of like, eh. So this is good.
Yeah, I've actually started reading into Reiki here recently, and
Oh
it
yeah.
was really odd. Yeah, kind of how it happened because I was at a Goodwill, and I always browse through the books. I'm a book guy, and yeah, sure as shit, Reiki. I was like, oh fucking A. So so yeah, I mean now my little breaks at work, I just keep it in my bag and I pull it open, and if I only get like a couple pages in, is what it is.
Mm.
But it's like Derek said something kind of interesting about a week ago when I was talking to him, because he's talking about like there's structures that we've made, especially in this society, to where we learn and we teach like things like I mean yoga and Reiki and even like martial arts and stuff like that. But like with this whole connectivity to the Akasha, or whatever you want to call it, there's just this infinite realm of knowledge that is beyond time and whatnot, and it could very well have something to do with past lives and knowledge in that format. But it's kind of weird because once you actually really start spilling into your dharma, it's almost like this information already exists in you. You don't have to really go out and search it. It's just something that you're doing naturally, and that's what Derek was talking about with Reiki. Because when he started like listening to other people and reading literature or whatever, he's like, I've always just known this already, and but I like that. I like that, you know just the fact that this is our life and we have stuff like that. If we could just stop, slow down, and kind of sidestep the analytical ego and just be, just like Buddha said, he says, become you. And if we can find that space, I mean, we've got, like you say all the damn time, we got hidden talents, you know, that we're just bypassing because we're so distracted.
Yeah, certainly. Kalari Payatu and my body work, and even mantra. I think that I've done in a past life. Even though mantra, I had such a strong resistance to, and then it just all of a sudden like the
Oh
floodgates
yeah.
open. Um, so I'm thinking, my evenings when I come home, it's usually like 7:38 when I'm getting home, and my dad was just here for the weekend, so
Mm-hmm.
the mattress is still blown up. It's in my meditation room, and I think that also, with the Tim thing and starting that new job, and my dad being here, probably interrupted my routine too. But that being said, I needed another little tool, so reintroducing a little bit more concentrated pranayama, I think will be great. But I'm like, all right, after this, I'm going to deflate that mattress. We're going to love burn anyway, and throw that in the back of my Subaru, and then get my meditation room set up again, because it is a room for that, that particular activity. It's either like gentle movement, like spiritual activities.
Yeah.
My harmonium's in there, all my books of scripture, and so I want to savor and go back into that space. So I think that the pranayama, rather than it be like, oh, my whole night is going to be taken up by this, which is weird because I love these things. I think that no, it's like there's like 5, 6, 7 minutes of some pranayama, like
Mm-hmm.
non-negotiable. 5 minutes of something, it's like, all right, well, even if I don't want to do it afterwards, like just trying to convince the brain, let me do my 5 minutes of pranayama. And I think that when I've coached people on, they're like, oh, I really want to do a yoga practice, but I don't know. I just get in my head and it's over. It's like 5
Mm-hmm.
minutes, 5 minutes, dude, 5 minutes, show up on your mat. And then after that 5 minutes, if you want to stop, then full permission. And I think that that's probably a good space for me to be in. So that's super helpful.
Yeah, totally. Well, what's kind of interesting too about the whole ritual idea, and I know you can dig this, is like especially like resetting up your room, deflating the mattress and doing all that stuff. That's I mean that's a preparation for your little room. So I mean just turning a ritual out of that can be a thing. just being real mindful and present with the whole, collapsing of the bed and resetting everything where it's going to be. Finding the energy of like, it's, getting back to where you want it to be. It could be an exciting item for a ritual, you know what I mean? Because like I'll sit here and burn incense for sometimes multiple weeks on my puja, and it gets ridiculous. There's stage chunks and ash and shit all over the place. It's like, I need to clean this thing, and and it looks like a chore until I actually like kind of kneel down and start to do it, and I'm like, oh no, I love this, and it turns like into its own little ritual. I pay attention to each item and move it back into its place, and I get to wipe it down and just, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
I love playing with my puja. It's I don't know, is the word terrarium, like where I think I might be mixing up two words, but it's just like this little, almost like little action figures or something. Like I have Shiva on my mom's urn is there, and at first my mom didn't like Shiva, so I put him on the other side of the puja, and then recently she's like, he's all right, I kind of get him now. And then I have some for my mom, like her cross of Jesus, and then I have just like little gifts that people have given me, and Ganesha and a couple of other things. It's like this little, I don't know, playground of spirit for me, along with some crystal. When I opened up Thrive, Franny Hoffman gave me this beautiful green heart stone. And so that's, Franny's always with me there. And so it's like I get to like play with the energetics of the crystals and stuff. So, but I think claiming that space, and then, having the time set aside for the pranayama. And I think that will naturally start to go into the ceremony again that I'm craving and need, honestly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure.
Thank you so much for listening. If you want to support the podcast and if it's helping you, please consider writing a review. You can go to iTunes or Google Play, go into the search bar and type in Thrive Yoga Fit Transformational Coaching, scroll down, and you can leave a review. This helps other people to find me as well as bumps us up in the search ratings. Also, this podcast is sponsor-free, so that means we don't receive anything for doing it. If you feel so inclined and this podcast is helping to support you and you want to return the favor and help to support any production costs of the podcast, feel free to give a donation to a Venmo link, Thrive Yoga Fit, or PayPal, Erin@erincoach.com. If you don't have the means, don't worry about it. We're not going anywhere. You're all good. But if you would like to give back, you can give back in those ways. Thank you so much. Namaste.